man who is calling today Trump's declaration of victory. I got to spend time with him last night, Louisiana Senator John Hannity. Senator, this is what you told me you wanted last night. You got what you wanted.
Yes. And here's what I think most fair-minded Americans saw and have concluded. With tariffs, an eye for an eye just makes both people blind. Tariffs hurt both sides. Number two, it's undeniable that many countries, including but not limited to China, have used tariffs in a way to hurt the American people, and they've been doing it for a long time, since God was a child. Number three, President Trump, guided by the principle that if you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly, hit back very, very hard. Then fresh hell broke loose. Most members of the media were saying that civilization is going to melt and that we're all going to be living in a refrigerator box behind Outback. Then an astounding thing happened. I thought that these countries were going to bow up and fight, but fully half of the countries in the entire world said no mas. They came to the president and said, we want to lower our trade barriers and make a deal. I was astounded. And no, they didn't. They could have bowed up and fought, but they decided it was
to their manufacturing. They need access to, our markets.
They decided that it was in their best interest to make a deal, and the president wasn't bluffing, and he seized the opportunity. I mean, look, no person with an IQ above his age can believe that these countries would have come to the table but for what President Trump did. Now, some don't want to admit that, but it's the truth. And, deal making is an art. President Trump has clearly mastered the art. It was an impressive couple of weeks.
I think you were a little shaken yourself at one point. I was beginning to worry if you were going wobbly on me. But I think there's something much deeper in play here, and I want to get your thoughts on it. I think this solidifies the Republican Party, the MAGA movement, as the party that represents working men and women in this country and is standing up for them. And meanwhile, the Democratic Party is the party of coastal elites that choose Wall Street over Main Street. And this is a dramatic shift. Now the Republican Party represents the people that truly do make America great, the people that work in those, the UAW workers, the steel workers, the manufacturers, the people, that work hard, play by the rules, pay their taxes, obey the laws, raise their kids, go to church on Sunday, and, are fighting to put food on their table. They're the ones that benefit, aren't they?
Yes, but I want to go back to your earlier comment. There was a sharp debate and disagreement in the White House. The president had many advisors telling him, do not make a deal under any circumstances. And I said I was very vociferous. I said, look, I don't know what the president's going to do. If it were me, I'd take the deal. And that's what he decided to do. Was that his plan all along? It certainly looks like it. But let me say it again. If you're going to be fair, no country who's come to the table would have come to the table but for the fact that President Trump did what he did. And that's just a natural fact, and I don't see how anybody, even those who hate the president, can disagree with him, nor could they disagree with the proposition that it was an artful piece of deal making.
What it was is the American people and all these countries know they've been ripping us off. They know they've been taking advantage of us. And meanwhile, in the cases of our allies, we provide for their national defense. We pay a lot more than they do. For example, the European Union has no business putting a 10% tariff on our cars and a 20% VAT tax, which raises the sticker price by 30%, and no wonder we don't sell American cars in Europe. It's over. Those days are done.
Well,
you
you
don't
know
get to
what
sell
else
10
it was?
cars to here to our one car there.
You know
Last
what
word.
else it was? Nolan Ryan said one time, the strikeout king. The press asked him, how did you do it? How were you the strikeout king? He said, it's real simple. They never know whether or not I'm going to throw at their head. And it gives me a little extra advantage.
I was a pitcher. I sometimes hit people in the head, but it wasn't on purpose. It was always an accident, never on purpose. I didn't have quite the control or speed that he did, so it wasn't a big deal. Senator Kennedy, now you got to keep watching the show because we have a clip of you from last night that we're playing in the next segment, so I hope you keep watching.
I deny everything. Whatever it is, I deny.
It's on videotape. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.